Hi, second grade. Mrs. Houts here. Welcome to reading. Today is Tuesday, September 15th, 2020. Yesterday in our reading groups, we talked about the comprehension skill of identifying the author's purpose. So let's review it today. What's the author's purpose? It's easy as pie. The P stands for persuade, the I stands for inform, and the E stands for entertain. So all writers have a reason for writing. You may have not realized it, but when you've written things in the past, you had a reason for writing. You were either writing a story that was entertaining, you were writing to inform or to teach people, or you were writing to try to convince somebody of something, to persuade. So let's read a little bit about what it says the writer's trying to for each one. I'm going to draw lines in between. So for persuade, the writer is trying to have you do something, change your mind, or make you believe something. Inform. The writer is trying to give you facts or teach you something. Entertain. The writer is trying to make you enjoy what you are reading. So your Journeys textbook also has some information about this right before the book that we're going to read today. So go ahead and take out your hardcover Journeys book. Remember, you cannot write in this book. And turn to page 72. You can see it in the corner that I'm circling. Page 72. It says, read and comprehend. Author's purpose. An author may write for different reasons. The reason an author writes a selection is called the author's purpose. An author's purpose may be to explain something. It could also be to tell a story or to make the reader laugh. Use text evidence as clues to help you figure out why an author wrote something. You can use a chart like this one to help you. And when it says text evidence, it's talking about things from the book that you're reading that would point to what the author's purpose is. For example, let's think about Henry and Mudge that we read 2 weeks ago. Let's think about that story. Some things that I remember from that text was that it was relatable because it was about a boy who wanted a pet. And you might have related to Henry because you may have wanted a pet before or wanted a sibling or something else. And so maybe that you had made a connection to it. Another thing from this text was that it was a story, right? It had a sequence of events. It had a beginning, a middle, and an end. It was a story. And something else from the story was Henry and Mudge both showed that they had a lot of emotions. They were excited when Mudge was adopted. That may have made you feel excited. They were scared when Mudge got lost. Maybe you felt scared for Mudge. So there were a lot of emotions in the story. Looking at these three things about Henry and Mudge and thinking back to our pie, what was the author's purpose for writing Henry and Mudge? The author's purpose was to entertain us with the story about a boy who wanted a pet and had a lot of emotions. We were engaged while listening to it. Go ahead and turn to the next page in your Journeys book. Today we're going to read another informational text. We were reading informational text in our reading groups yesterday. Remember that informational texts give us facts about a topic. So as we read, we want to look for photos, facts and details about a topic, and headings that begin a section. So this informational text is titled Dogs, and it's written by Jennifer Blizin Gillis. And our essential question is, what do pets need to be healthy and happy? So based on that question, we can guess that the author is going to teach us about how to take care of pets, specifically dogs. And while we're reading, think about different things from this text that tell you what the author's purpose is. So turn the page and we look at the heading at the top to tell us what this section will be about. What kind of pet is this? Pets are animals that live with us. Some pets are small and have feathers, like this bird. My pet is big and hairy. Can you guess what kind of pet this is? It's a dog. Would you rather have a small pet with feathers or a big and hairy one? What are dogs? Dogs are mammals. Mammals make milk for their babies. Dogs are cousins of wolves and coyotes. Most dogs live with people as pets. Where did my dog come from? A mother dog had a litter of puppies. So litter is what we call like the group of puppies that are all born from the same mom at the same time. At first, the puppies could not see. The puppies stayed with their mother for 8 weeks. Then I took a puppy home. How big is my dog? At first, my dog was as small as a cat. It weighed as much as a big bag of sugar. Now my puppy is a dog. It weighs as much as a bicycle. Where does my dog live? My dog lives in the house with us. It sleeps on a special dog bed. Sometimes my dog sleeps in my room. It may even sleep on my bed. What does my dog eat? My dog eats canned dog food, so food that comes in a can, like how beans come in a can. Sometimes my dog eats dry dog food, like what's in this picture. My dog chews special bones too. Chewing the bones helps keep its teeth strong and clean. What else does my dog need? My dog needs a collar and a name tag. These can help me find it if it gets lost. My dog needs a leash too. The leash is clipped to the collar so my dog can go for a walk. So look at the picture on the side of the girl and the 2 adults. You can see that they are walking the dog with a leash, and the dog has a collar around its neck. That way the dog doesn't run off. He stays with them. Notice that the author is answering questions about dogs. So think about the author's purpose. Why did the author write this? Let's keep reading. What can I do for my dog? I play with my dog every day. Playing is good exercise for dogs. I brush my dog with a special brush. This keeps its coat clean and smooth. So when we use the word coat when we're talking about the dog, we're talking about the dog's fur. What can my dog do? My dog can play fetch. When I throw a ball, it brings it back. My dog can help at home. It can bring in the newspaper. So throughout this book, the author used these questions as headings and then answered the questions right below. Why did the author do that? She wanted to inform us about dogs, about how they grow up, what they need, what we can do for them, what they can do. So she is informing us. So I'm going to have you make your own chart like this, like how I did at the beginning. So take out a piece of paper and you can draw this graphic organizer. And you're going to flip back through the book or rewatch this video of the read aloud, and you're going to find three things from this text that help support and tell us our author's purpose. So we just talked about in this video how our author's purpose is to inform us, to teach us. So what are 3 things that the author taught us about dogs? Write 3 things, 1, 2, 3. 3 things that the author taught us that shows us that she wrote this to inform.